seeing these other guys in our niche who are like lying. Like, it's clear now, like more than ever, that some of these guys are lying, like intentionally. Crazy clickbait, it's not even true, pretending to find stuff they didn't find, and getting like hundreds of thousands and millions of views, and they just keep growing bigger and bigger. And it's like they're sharing stuff oftentimes that's not, in my opinion, as exciting. Like this last video was one of the biggest, most amazing ruins around Sedona, and it's just like less than 50 views, and I'm just like, oh. Feels like getting punched in the stomach or something to spend so much time and have these other guys just like swindling people, like grifting, and they're just like having so much success. And it's like, why does it work this way? And it's not just YouTube, it's like society in general, like Hollywood, politics. It seems like a lot of times, maybe even most of the time, that it's like the dishonest people who are like exploiting and trying to get as much as they can out of everything, who rise to the top, and like the people who are genuinely like the most like peaceful and ethical and honorable just like don't even get noticed, or barely get noticed. And it's such a strange world. But all that being said, it's not really worth the fame and the money or any of the like attention, whatever it is that all these people want. It's not really worth it to like sell your soul and do such disparaging, dishonorable things that mislead people or worse. So it's not really worth it to try to trick people into getting some kind of validation or whatever. It's so much more important to just sort of validate yourself and to be like content and at peace in your own mind, as opposed to trying to get that outside of yourself through other people. Wow, this is pretty cool looking up here. Let's climb up and see if there's anything else worth seeing up here. I really like this plant that's growing out of the rock here. Pretty cool spot. I wonder what it's like when the water's coming down. You could probably get in there and have the waterfall like come over top of you. So I'm not going to mention names. That's one thing I'm going to try to stay out of. But one of these guys who's been being very deceptive, I'd say he's probably the most deceptive that I've seen in this sort of niche around like the Southwest especially. He goes around the whole world, I guess, but thankfully someone made a video recently calling him out and showing how he was lying about a place that he claimed to have gone to. And it got a couple 100,000 views, and there's just so many comments of people saying that they've been aware that this guy's been dishonest. And there was a lot of comments from people who admitted that they got tricked and that they believed him. And then I saw one of his more recent videos, and I saw quite a few people calling him out. So it's good, in my opinion, to see more awareness being brought to this, and that At least he's, I mean, finally getting some recognition that he's not being the most honest. And then there was another guy who I'd say he's probably the second most dishonest, made a video recently calling the most dishonest guy out, saying that he reported him to the authorities, that he's doing illegal stuff, like digging up and touching artifacts. And that guy was also guilty of doing that himself. Like, he had numerous videos where he's like digging artifacts out of the dirt and picking them up and stuff. And I'm just like, like, what kind of self-awareness does this guy have that he's calling someone else out for like the exact same stuff that he's doing? I have to wonder, like, is he that disconnected that he doesn't even realize the own stuff that he's doing? Or I don't know. But he also like claimed the guy was giving away location, and he was also guilty of doing the same thing. And then I was reading the comments, and there's quite a few people who were calling him out, and a number of people who were like, I'm unsubscribing because you're jealous of the other dude. And then I came back the next day and the video was gone. Like, I think he got so much heat for sharing that he decided to cut his losses and just deleted the whole video. So it's really fascinating right now in this exploration archaeology niche, mainly in the Southwest, where like some of the bigger names are like attacking each other and like sort of cannibalizing each other when they're all like doing the same thing. And I hate to say this, but even some of the guys that I respect do similar, at least in the sense of the clickbait. Like, it's almost just like the way that people are taught to use YouTube as a creator. They're like, if no one clicks on your video, no one's gonna watch it. So they're like encouraged and taught to make these crazy, outlandish claims. And it's just like so extreme that pretty much everyone does it. And we also, I'm not going to say we're as bad, but we understand that also, that if no one clicks on your video, no one's going to watch it. So we do try to like make it as appealing as possible so that people want to click on it. But we try to draw the line where it becomes like lying and dishonest. And it's so interesting to see like just all the psychology and the schisms involved with this. And it's not just in our niche, it's pretty much all across YouTube. It's like rare to find people who aren't doing the crazy clickbait stuff. But it's just, once again, it's frustrating. Like, I'm speaking not just for myself, but for my parents. Like, we want to try to be like forthright, and like we try to be honest, not just on YouTube, but like in everyday life. Like, we try to do the right thing, what we believe is the right thing. And it's just, it's like this really complicated situation where you almost feel like you gotta be deceptive just to get people to watch your videos. And that, I don't like that, and I don't want to do that. So if it means that we never become like YouTube famous or whatever, if we never get very many views, like I'd rather keep my integrity and like being able to look at myself in the mirror and like be comfortable with myself and not feel like I'm lying to people than to try to do what almost everyone else is doing. So that's one reason that I just am kind of low energy right now. And I'm feeling a bit drained because we're close to 30 videos now that we've uploaded, and I've spent so much time. And we've only had like one video do decent that got over 20,000 views and a few that got a few thousand, and lately we've been getting like 200 or less, and then getting 50 on that one the other day is just like this. It's a strange world. It's like, I wish it wasn't this way. I wish you could just be normal and be like, hey, we found something cool, instead of like, this changes everything, this shouldn't exist, like impossible. Like that's one of the ones that really kind of bugs me, because I'm a very like literal person sometimes with my words, and they're like, impossible. I'm like, clearly it's not impossible because it's there. Anyways, I'm gonna climb down and keep moving. One thing I would say real quick is that I think AI is part of the problem, because sometimes we have trouble thinking of names for the title and stuff, and I ask AI for help thinking of different things we could say, and like I swear like a third, maybe even half of the answers that AI gives are all like just crazy stuff like that, like this shouldn't exist, this changes everything, impossible. And it's just like the same stuff that all these other YouTube guys are saying. So I feel like they're probably getting their title names from AI, or they just saw that other people did it and it worked, so they're copying them. But it's just, I don't know, I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. Like, I don't want to try to compete with anyone, and I definitely don't want to compete in a way that is dishonest. Like, who can be the most dishonest? Who can trick people the most? That's not my style. It's just not. I think earlier I said something along the lines of pretty much everyone is doing that, even some of the guys I respect. To be clear, I respect everyone. It's not that I don't respect these people. It's just that I guess there's some people I respect more than others and some less than others, just to be clear. To respect just means to look at, and like I find myself sort of just skipping a lot of these guys who do that. Like, I don't watch their stuff anymore. I gave them a chance at the beginning. Like, I genuinely enjoyed most of these guys at the beginning, and then it kept getting worse and worse, like all the lies and clickbait and stuff, to the point that I don't want to feed that anymore. So it's not that I don't respect them, I just don't respect them as much because of how dishonest they're being. Something happened that's going to really help me and my family a lot, and there's been some other good stuff happening too. I don't want to get into the details too much, but it's not all bad. It never is. Like, life is it's a combination. It's a balance of different things, and you got to try to remember, especially if you ever get like depressed. Like, back when I was depressed, it was very consuming sometimes, and it would really help me to remind myself that it's like waves in the ocean. So if you can make it through the difficult times, there should be some good times on the other side. And likewise, you know, if things are going really good, you should be careful because something bad might be coming. And I try to not even look at things in terms of good or bad anymore. I try to step outside the duality, but it's still like those are such strong words and ways of looking at life. We have things that are like positive and negative, especially when it comes to like pain and injury and losing people you love. Like, it's hard to see those things as anything other than bad. But I really make an effort to try to learn as much as I can from the negative stuff, to try to be grateful for as much as I can. And similarly, I'm trying to tone down the other side too, like with how excited I get and like how, and it's weird. Life is weird. That's for sure. But yeah, I think those Buddhist guys, the monks and stuff, like they're onto something, because they're not at the whims of the ups and downs as much as so many other people. Like, some people, you know, they're on top of the world when things are good, and then they're just, you know, really, really in a bad place when things aren't so good. So if you can try to sort of, not sure what word I'm looking for, but to weather the ups and downs better, like, I think that's very powerful for mental health, especially. Even if, oh, heart-shaped rock, perfect timing. Nice. So yeah, even if we never amount to much on YouTube, I really enjoy doing this, and I would do this even if there was no YouTube, because there's really no point to do this, in my opinion, if you're not enjoying it. And some of these other guys, I have to wonder how much they really enjoy it. It almost seems like they're doing it for the money and the fame and the attention. One of the guys that I mentioned earlier, he even admitted that he wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Desert Drifter passing away. Like, I saw him in one of the first videos that he uploaded arguing with some guy who was claiming that he was basically copying Desert Drifter's style, and he was like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for Desert Drifter passing away and creating a vacuum. That was the word that he used. He's like, I'm filling the vacuum that Desert Drifter left. And the other guy that I mentioned, like the even bigger dishonest guy, when I listen to his narration, it's like there's like no emotion. It's like so monotone. And I've struggled with being monotone a lot in my life, but he's like, he takes the cake even more. And I'm like, man, do you even enjoy what you're doing? I want to enjoy what I'm doing. That's probably one of the most important things, if not like the most important thing when it comes to YouTube and stuff. Like, so I don't want to lose sight of that. And I also want to say that it's amazing to reach even just one single person. And even, like I said, getting 50 views was kind of discouraging, but if you put that into perspective, it's a lot of people. That's like almost a movie theater full of people, at least a movie theater in Sedona where I live. When we went to the film festival, we had like sold out people in our theater that we were showing our documentary. And it was like 60 people or 65 or something. And we got standing ovations like both times. And I was like just amazed by that experience and humbled. And I'm like, whoa. So 50 people is actually, it's pretty amazing. I think we tend to, like, especially YouTubers, but social media in general, we're like, I'm not gonna say spoiled is the right word, but it's like maybe expectations are, or I'm not even sure that's the right way to say it, but there's like this idea that if you don't reach a lot of people, your content isn't good, or whatever, it wasn't worth it. And it's difficult when you see other people getting huge numbers and you feel like you deserve similar and you're not getting it. But in all reality, reaching even one person is amazing. Reaching 50 people is that's awesome. So it'll be all right. We'll keep trudging along and following our hearts, because that's way more important than any amount of money or attention or notoriety or any of that stuff. And I have been having the time of my life on these adventures. Like, these last couple years have just been amazing. And like I said, I'd be doing this even if it wasn't for YouTube. So I'll keep doing it regardless. So I think that's more than enough. Like, ow! Stepped on a cactus. I think I've ranted for too long, and I should cut some of that out. So I'm gonna get going. Thank you for listening to that if you did. And I totally understand if you didn't. But I do want to try to do some more just stream of thought and just talk about whatever's on my mind, even if it's not always positive. So I appreciate the opportunity to be able to express myself. I'm grateful for every single person who comes along. Hope you're doing as good as possible out there. Tons of love, and bye until next time. One last thing I was thinking about real quick is that I'm pretty sure some of these guys who are doing this are planting fake artifacts. So try to keep that in mind. Like, try to remember that things are not always as they seem, and some of these guys are just, they're very predatory. They're trying to get what they want, and in order to get that, they feel like they need to create a story, like something larger than life, something that'll get clicks, that'll get views. So just try to remember that when you see like some of these guys with these crazy stories, and just try to remember that it may not be as they're saying it is. And I'd say that's probably happening a lot, unfortunately. But yeah, take care of yourself, protect yourself, try not to let people take advantage of you. That's pretty close to a heart shape. I don't know. This is cool. It's kind of like a club. Brah. Brah. Not a very strong club. There's something up here eating.